Greetings. Today's guest is a Bach Stradivarius medium bore from the mid-60s. I bought this in 2009 and had it restored a couple of years later. This horn is a very early Elkhart, perhaps from 1965, which is the first year of Elkhart production, or at the latest 1966. The serial number is in the 38,000 range, and here's how it looked originally when I purchased it. Always ask for plenty of photos from specific angles when you're buying an instrument sight unseen over the internet. The seller conveniently avoided this angle. Be sure to check out this video in which I share some tips about buying used horns. These early Elkhart horns are great and are among my personal favorites of all the different Bach periods. 15 to 20 years ago, while everyone was paying more attention to the Mount Vernon and New York Bachs, I was buying horns like this one. More players are discovering these and prices have gone up. This horn is stock, pretty much. Bach Strads of this period still have the two-piece nickel brass valve casings, and they came with brass valve guides. This horn still has brass valve guides, but they're not the original ones. Still has the attractive sculpted pinky hook and these thicker Z braces, which were carried over from the Mount Vernon era. The first slide thumb saddle was not standard equipment yet. You can see it's still male. There's no thumb hook there. And the original third slide extension on this horn actually had a water key. I had this water dump made when the horn was restored, and the sound of the horn is much better with this slide, so that's why I use it. So what's so special about this model? Well, first of all, Bach no longer makes it. At least I can't find it on the Selmer website. It has a 38 bell, which was standard for the medium bore instruments. The 25 lead pipe was also standard, but it was toast on this horn, so I changed it out. I kept the tuning slide though, the tuning slide receiver rather, because it was a really good fit. Lead pipe is pretty rotten. So this is a number 6 lead pipe. Don't know if you can see that right there. In theory, the 6 is a little tighter than the 25. This also may be gold brass. It definitely has more copper in it. It's a slightly different color than the rest of the horn. You might think that an M-bore horn with a 6 pipe would be a tight horn with a lot of resistance, but in the height of my days of search and rescue of vintage horns, I would occasionally find an otherwise good horn with a rotted lead pipe. So I'd have to find the right pipe for the particular horn, testing 9 or 10 of them by taping them on here, basically inserting the tuning slide. And regardless of the model number, the manufacturer's description or propaganda, I just chose the one that I thought sounded the best. Open mind, open ears. This was the best lead pipe among those that I had at the time for this horn, and I think I chose well. Is a medium bore Strad tight? Well, not really. It's only 0.06 of an inch smaller than an ML horn, so is that really a huge difference? Not in my experience. The average thickness of human hair is 0.04 of an inch. Just to give you an idea about how small these dimensions are that we're mentioning. This horn might give you a little something more to blow against compared to, say, a large bore trumpet, and some players like that. Anyway, most of us feel that the bell lead pipe combination is more determinant in the resistance and tone of a horn. Anyway, these standard combinations such as 38 bell, 25 lead pipe, and M bore were probably the result of Bach's own experimentation, as well as being a popular combination among his customers. The medium bore was really common in the 1940s and 50s. You can probably find a medium bore New York or Mount Vernon Bach more easily than in Elkhart. There's the M stamped here. Hope you can see that somehow. The Mercedes model was of the New York and Mount Vernon eras was medium bore only, and that was manufactured that way right up until the transition of Bach being an independent company to being owned by Selmer at the time. Bach propaganda states that the M bore is perhaps suitable to players who work in dance bands, which might require a slightly brighter sound than perhaps classical or symphonic music. Maybe efficient would be a better way to describe the smaller bores. What do you think? Leave a comment. I've had two other 38M Strads like this one. Great instruments, both early Elkharts. One was even older than this one, in the 33,000 range. That was probably made right in 1965. And another one was 77,000, I believe it was. Hated to let that 33,000 one go. Corporation Bell. We've already discussed the importance or unimportance of the Corporation Bell. You can hear my opinions in this other video. It's a fun horn to play, and it doesn't feel exceptionally small to me. Nice sound, good response in all registers. A good all-around instrument. We heard a little sample during the intro, as always. I always use the actual instrument that I'm demoing for the sound recordings at the beginning and the end of the video. So now let's go down to the studio and listen a little bit more closely.